Hello and welcome back to the StoneburnerBooks YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about hardcover books and go over some of the basics of the parts of the hardcover book, different ways that you can build them so that when you do start making your own hardcover books, you'll have a better sense of what you're looking at and what you need to make. This is the first in a series of videos, so some of the other videos that we'll talk about are how to actually make your hardcover book, making it with store-bought materials and homemade materials, making your own book cloth, and also sewing through a hardcover case. So that we'll get to later, but first let's take a look at a couple different items here. This is a machine-made store-bought book, and you'll see the pages here are called the text block, and you can see that it sits inside this hardcover. And often the hardcover is called the case. So sometimes you'll hear it called a cased journal. I kind of use it cased and hardcover interchangeably, and that's because the way that you build something like this is that you make your cover and then you case your text block into it by these are called the end sheets, and this part here particularly is called the fly leaf, and so these are attached to your text block as you're building it, and when you case it in, you're gluing this piece of the end sheet flat here onto the cover. So that's just a little bit of a quick look at a machine-made hardcover book. This is another machine-made hardcover. This one is taken apart, so you have a little bit better sense of what it actually looks like just to have the cover. This one does still have its end sheets attached to it because I want to use these for a different project, but it is literally just a hardcover here. It's got, your spine across here. That is usually just fabric. Sometimes it does have a support built into it, but you'll notice that it doesn't have quite as thick of a board here, and that's to give it some flexibility there. So this is what we would call a case. And then there's some other bits and pieces that I want to get into. So you can make your own text block, or you can buy them from the store. So this is a store-bought text block. You can see it has all of its lined pages. It has all of the signatures of the pages are already sewn together. They have protective piece here to help. You can see the little bumps, the different little lines here. That's where the sewing of the signatures has gone through, and then they have this protective piece of paper over here just to provide extra strength and really keep all the pages together. And then at the front you have a little bit thicker of a page here, and this is the part that you'll actually paste down into your case. So if you are just starting out bookbinding, I highly recommend using a store-bought text block. This is the same type of thing, it's just in a little bit different size, but again, it's got all of the pages already sewn together for you, and you have your end sheet attached so that once you make your cover, you can just glue this into it. So if you're just starting, this is the easiest thing to do, to use, because they're already square. When you want to sew your own text block, you could use individual signatures like this that are already printed, or you can fold your own pages. But as you sew them up and sew them together, especially as you're learning, it may not be as nice and square as this, and that can be really hard when you're getting your measurements. So I always recommend that you start with a store-bought text block, because it just makes getting all the measurements for your cover, it just makes things a little bit easier. As you get more comfortable making the covers and gluing things in, then you could move to sewing up your own text block and casing it into your book. If you go, regardless of if you sew your own or use your use a store-bought one. You'll also need some hardcover board, some book board for your cover, and you want it to be a little bit bigger than your text block. So again, as we go through some of these other videos in this series, I'll tell you all about how to get your measurements and everything you need for cutting your boards. But just for this video, I just want to kind of show you what it looks like, you know, having how the spacing all works out. So you would have your hardcovers as well to go around your text block, and then you would have some sort of cover material for your boards. I have two examples here. This one is a full book cloth fabric covering here. This one is on uses a homemade text block, and you can see I've just folded some fun decorative paper and just plain white pages in there. That's one benefit of making your own text block, is that you can use your own pages to add some variety in there. But again, you can see how I've sewn all the different signatures there, but it does take a little while to get comfortable with sewing your text block. So you could do a full cloth cover, which I would say when you're starting out is probably the easiest, because you just have this one piece of material. You will glue, you know, you'll get your book cloth and you'll glue your covers into it, and then once you have your text block, you case it right in. The other option would be to do something like this, where you have book cloth on the spine, but then you have paper covering your hard covers. So this one, the only reason that this is a little bit more difficult is just because you have to figure out your measurements for how much book cloth you need, and then also your measurements for your paper. So it's not really that much more difficult. It's just a little bit extra steps to do. And so if you want to kind of just start very simply, I would say start with a full cloth cover. You wouldn't want to do a full paper cover, because you need the stability and the extra strength of having cloth on the spine, because the spine it needs to bend and flex every single time you open the book. So you need to have that extra support there of having cloth on the spine. Okay, so we're going to go through all of that in more videos, but the last one I want to show you, which will also get its own video, is these are all cased, but I want to show you sewing through a hard cover. So I like making these little slim journals. They're nice for making if you have wedding vows, that you want to have a little book while you're carrying your wedding vows, a little book of poetry, something, you know, special. So it follows the same thing of making the actual cover here. You can see this is basically a case, but instead of gluing the end sheets down from here, I have sewn through the cover. So I will go through and show you how to do all of that as well in its own video. But so I want to just wanted to show you this one as another option for using a hard cover, but having a different binding style through it. So I do hope that you will continue to follow my channel and see what we unfold through all of these. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you can see when the next videos are coming out. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.